Hello, everyone. Good morning still from Seattle, Bellevue, Washington. And I want to introduce to you someone very special today. Today I have my friend Casey's Daniel. I've known for many, many years. I've just never been able to pronounce his name correctly, but I've got his wife, that's correct, with me right now. And I wanted to talk to you guys. We want to talk to you guys about, first of all, I want you to see the passion here in Amanda. Okay, Amanda, your full name is Amanda Guerrero. Okay, that sounds hard. Okay, all right, so I want you to see the passion in Amanda's, what she thinks about FutureNet and stuff. She's been with it for many months. I'll let you tell the story first about Amanda, and then we're going to talk about some different FutureNet ideas that we have, because I will be going to the board meeting. I just booked tickets to Dubai. This is going to be the 22nd through the 27th, guys, in Dubai. I'll be over there with FutureNet talking to them. Thank you so much for being here today. I think this is going to be a very important call here, so I hope you can attend. And so I see this upcoming meeting, Amanda, very powerful one in Dubai, because there's going to be top leadership and there's going to be a lot of great ideas. And that's why we're meeting, to share some of the ideas with you and stuff, and really the scalability of FutureNet. So let's talk first about your experience with FutureNet and why are you passionate about this opportunity?
Well, my husband and I got into it together. And I think that's a really, really amazing thing, is to be able to have your partner work with you and then be inspired. So we have kids, and having kids has completely changed everything. So we wanted to change the whole world, because we want our descendants to have a world that is free, to have a world where they can follow their passions, follow their dreams, and do what they want to do.
Right, most definitely.
Yeah, but the way the system is right now, my descendants are going to be enslaved.
So you're homeschooling your children right now. Your children are how old? They're so cute.
My daughter is 4.
Cute. She loves me, huh?
Yeah, she does. My daughter is 4, and my son is 9 months. And I've learned with, so yeah, 2 kids. So
that was a peace sign. 2 kids and peace sign.
Yeah, peace.
Chinese style. Yeah. All right.
But it's really been inspiring having a child and going, okay, you know what? I really don't want them to be in this.
Slaves.
Yeah, I don't want them to be slaves.
No.
I want them to just go out there and do what they want to do and then have fun with life.
Right, and that's what I love about you and Casey, is that you see the big picture, and with FutureNet, so much is possible. So let's talk about the business first before we get into these really cool ideas and stuff. So how has it been growing this business with your man?
It's really cool, honestly. We've been able to bond more.
Having something in common.
Yeah. Because we get to throw ideas around. We'll sit late up at night, light a candle and just have a
pray for FutureNet.
But we'll have we have a huge whiteboard, and we will just sit there and come up with ideas, and he'll be like, no, that's not good. Let's switch that up this way. And I'll be like, oh, okay, let's have this on. So it's really cool to sit there with your partner and be able to inspire one another and to challenge each other to keep growing and to be your best version, and then to take that and make it into a business.
Right. And so your man is a royal member of FutureNet, and you're a smaller position just because a lot of it going up. I would definitely encourage you to go up a little bit and stuff. So you guys are making money in this. You get your family, your friends involved in stuff like this, and so that's been awesome. You guys, I want to say hello to all you guys for joining here today with us, and I hope that you guys are really seeing, and tapping into that passion in FutureNet right now, because there's so much potential here. So let's see, where do you want to go with this now? I'm going to shut that door real quick. So just say hello to everyone and just engage for a split.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
Do a little dance.
Yep.
So there we go. Cool. All right. So you guys, I am flying out tonight to go back to New York City again. I will be with Diamond and Silk. Let's touch base on this real quick before we get some other FutureNet ideas. And then we got Dubai. And then I go to South Africa. So there's so many big things that are happening right now. And let's talk about just like this consciousness thing that's taking place, like this movement. Like there's something really in the air. Like you hear me talking about like a utopian society, especially after a glass of wine or two. I really get, I'm like, I meant to, I really get the mood. I haven't been drinking wine. I'm just naturally passionate about this. I believe, and what I mean by this, Amanda, is that the majority of the people out here, as we look off my 27th floor down at the people these doing the 9-to-5 thing, people are having a hard time providing for their families. So when people have a scarcity mindset, a limited mindset, they're operating in the back of their brain, the primal part of their brain right here. Okay, brain scans will show that, EKGs will show this. But when you live in abundance and you don't have, there's no control, because we're supposed to be free humans and stuff like this, we're more tapped up into our forefront of our brains with the emotions, the experiencing love, connecting with one another, and all these things. That's what the forefront of the brain is. So I just want to just really clarify this. My goal, and I know this is your goal as well, Amanda, tell me if I'm wrong, but it would be cool to see society move into a utopian society, right? What I mean by that, again, is more people, friends and stuff like this, experiencing this level of a utopia, people being happier, and how we achieve that. We have the tools right now. So I want to just talk about this game plan. Hello, my South African friends, Athokozani. I hope I pronounced your name right. Great leader there, you guys. You know, again, we have the tools right now to have this mindset. Big things are happening in the world, you know, thanks to great leaders out there. Okay, I don't want to get political. You know, there is being a massive shakeup taking place in the world right now. Things are happening, and we've seen just this week alone. Well, I'm going to say, first of all, the reason why most people live in this back of the mindset is because the money of the world, these currencies are not worth anything at all. You want to talk about that for a second? Just how the money is just kind of really
not worth anything?
Go ahead. What do you
know?
Well,
I mean, if you think about it, you go to work, you're giving away all your money to taxes, you're giving all your money away to your bills, and at the end of the day, most people have nothing. And it's like, well, how can you be free? How can you enjoy life if you're struggling? And with this new system, you're going to be able to go out there and you're going to take in more.
What system are you talking about? You talking about Utopia? Well, let's kind of make it even. Yes, FutureNet is actually a tool, a part of the tool leading us to the utopian society. And I want to kind of break this down a little bit more, how we're going to get to this utopian society, because so people don't think I'm just cuckoo, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to come across as cuckoo. I don't mind coming across as too much beer, too much wine one night and having fun with some friends. But I'm sober. I'm having my green tea right now. Where's your tea? Coffee?
I'm having
you got some, that's some good stuff, some turmeric. Cheers. Okay. You know, but you guys, we have the tools right now, and this is a trend. I want to focus on the word trend, because trends don't just come and go. The utopia trend is here right now, and I invite you all to be part of this trend with us, utilizing the tools for us to help bring each other, all of us, to the promised land, to this utopian society right here, okay? And how we're gonna do this is through cryptocurrency and through monetization, okay? A monetized system, okay? This has never existed before in the history of the entire world, and that's what FutureNet brings to the table, okay? I was gonna grab this tool right here. When I went to Egypt right now, about a year and a half ago, I went there just to study and be in the presence, you know, that picture of me surfing the camel back there, right? You know, I went there to just absorb the knowledge and feel the strength of being in the presence of a pyramid. A pyramid is the strongest structure on the face of the earth, and that is what happens in monetization. It's dependent on this structure right now, and that structure can easily support that right there. Okay, so with that being said, let's talk about back to Utopia. Get this back focused here. You guys, since the money that we have in cryptocurrency through Futuro Coin and through, you know, the Alitheia project that we're working on as well, that you see me talking about, we're going to be really bringing the value of money back to the people, which will allow people to have less concerns and less worries working in that primal back there. I mean, all my friends in Africa, okay, we'll get off on that in a second, but, you know, they'll be able to shift that as they have more abundance to the front of the brain. I mean, there's people on this call, I can look down this, who have lost their children here in the last few months because they have not been able to provide for their family, and they're passionate about, let's say, basketball or something like this. We have the ability, you guys need to follow your passions, but you cannot do that in a system that is not monetized, that is reliant on fiat money systems that have been devalued 97%. That means that the US dollar is worth 3 pennies, guys. I want you to understand this. Okay, everyone should have an issue with this. They have an issue with this. And so we need to then be not get all pent up on negative, but focus on the positive right here. It's so the positive is cryptocurrency, is a monetized system. So I really think that we have the next, okay, so we're talking about abundance, how we're making the shift, having more abundance in our life, more of our friends having abundance, because utopian society isn't just one person at the top saying, yeah, I'm living in utopia. Yeah. Utopia means that there's a lot of people part of that. I see you at that right there. You know, as more wealth flows into your family, I see that, you know, more in my girls, Ashley's life. I see this more in her family's life, and my family's life, and my ex-wife's life, and, you know, my kids' life, and just all my friends' life, and radiating out. And we have a moral responsibility to help bring our friends to this utopian society. I love this saying, if not this, then what? So that means, are you happy with this? Are you happy with how the world is going on? Where we have 73 billionaires alone in Aspen, Colorado. And then meanwhile, over in Africa, we got people committing suicide, unfortunately, because they can't stand watching their children die of hunger. How does that even happen?
Greed.
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 And not having an open heart.
Yes, you guys, and we have an open heart, and that is another, not symptom, but another characteristic of those that are involved in utopian society. You have to let go of the things that have hurt you in life. There's a healing process that we bring to one another, being connected as we go to this. Okay, this is just natural how the universe and God and how everything moving forward is bringing us, is there's a healing taking place. You can feel it, can't you?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's crazy.
It's amazing.
It's radical. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So you guys, again, we have the tools. We'll finish off a Utopia. We're getting close to this, but we have the tools right now being FutureNet, monetized system, not to flick you all off. Okay, and we also have smart contract cryptocurrency, Ethereum, and we have the money is getting smarter. So we just imagine bringing the world's wealth in there. Okay, now we have money to have fun with. And just because you got money, like, I mean, I just booked 2 more trips around the world today in the last last few hours. But people aren't going to spend it necessarily frivolously, and there's going to be tons to do. But this is going to come down to what really is important to each of us in our own lives.
Yep. You
know, and it's family, it's friends, it's relationships. Life is not a rehearsal. We need to spend the time helping others out. And also, things that we're getting into on these projects right here, Amanda, we're going to be talking about in a second. I truly see FutureNet as the next Amazon.com, okay?
I see it more than that.
Okay. Oh, one up in me. I love it. Okay, so I'll talk about this, and you can tell me why you see more of this. But I see even in the future, imagine if we teamed up with Amazon.com, and Amazon said, geez, because this is the reason why, is because in the future, in a monetized system, corporations are going to compete for the monetized social media system. And it hadn't been done in a forced matrix. FutureNet has they have the culture intact, just like Facebook has it intact, but the ground is really kind of rotting away right now because we have something better out there for this. You know, and this monetized global distribution system, the corporations, again, are going to compete for that right there. Like, let's say Tesla Motors comes over and they say, hey, we're going to give you guys $2,000 of car sales. I know I've repeated this many times. That means $200, 10 levels deep in our compensation plan. So when you log in, you're like, oh, gosh, Tesla Motors paid me $200 yesterday. That's pretty sweet. And then you bring more publicity to Tesla Motors, so more people in your social media network buy Tesla Motors through FutureNet, for example. And this can come down. Let's talk about the spirulina algae that we're working with the United Nations. Okay, we'll talk about products that could sell through FutureNet. We are proposing, Amanda and I here, are proposing today to FutureNet that the same spirulina algae that we deal with the United Nations, with Islam, that we provide to end world hunger. And I'm so proud that I am the top, if not one of the top donors in the FutureNet Foundation. That means a lot to me. Out of 4 million people, like, I think it's important for people. This is the kind of stuff I like to brag about, is how many people we're helping out. That you brag all you want about the people that you're helping. You know, I love to hear that, because I watched Simon Sinek, he's a motivational speaker, who's talking about this the other day. Like, you go, be like, oh, hey, I just gave $5 to a bum, and be like, and you told a friend that, be like, oh, cool, you know. If you went to a bum and said, hey, I gave $20 to a bum, you're like, Oh, that's cool. You know, then if I come back and said, oh, I went ahead and tell your friend, I went ahead and dedicated my whole day, you know, feeding at the soup shop, and people are like, wow, that cool, you know? And then when I can tell you right now that I now provide clean water, which I do to 33,000 people a day, Amanda.
Good.
Okay, it wasn't just whoa, it was good, right? Okay, that was great. No, but it inspires me to go ahead and do more. It inspires you to do more, and I've been able to do this because of FutureNet, and that's not including the FutureNet Foundation. That's just for Water the World, which if you type in Ryan Conley Water for the World on YouTube, you'll see that. But back to the spirulina, I think FutureNet should sell spirulina protein as the first supplement with a monetized structured compensation plan going through our thing right here and selling the same algae. So when we go do FutureNet presentations to people, we're like, look, you see this algae right here? I got friends, thousands of people drinking this algae, and we're teamed up with the United Nations to distribute this algae through Islam we have a physical product in our hands to where we can show, and people can be on auto ships for this spirulina algae. I hope that you're listening to this, gals, because we'll be talking about this. How rad is that? And you could have, you know, some product, you know, just let's just say this is spirulina algae and this whole thing. This is my travel dose of spirulina. This is actually CBD, but I'm saying imagine having a FutureNet with a United Nations symbol on here, and it tells a story. So I say, hey, and we can enjoy this nutrient together. It makes us feel good while we're talking about this FutureNet thing. Just like FutureNet has its own perfume. They got an awesome perfume. Were you aware of that?
I don't wear it right now.
Okay, go to the FutureNet store. It's my dad. It's all he wears now is FutureNet perfume cologne. Okay, perfume. Cool. I like perfumes, all right, oils and stuff like this. So, how cool is that? But I propose that. I mean, I'm gonna turn the mic over to you, Amanda. You can talk about this. I think actually, if you
well, do people know what spirulina is?
Go ahead and talk about it. You're a nutritional, you're very organic. Talk about that, please.
Yeah, I love spirulina. So, I mean, yeah, you're talking about, like, let's do spirulina, but if you don't know what it is, then you're going to be like, well, what is it? So, spirulina is a blue-green algae that a lot
microalgae.
Microalgae that a lot of people consume that will give your body natural energy. It's dark green, so it's going to have massive amounts of nutrients. On top of that,
it's a detox.
It does detox your body, yeah. But on top of that, you have Fukushima that happened. And no one talks about Fukushima anymore. But that radiation is still going out everywhere, really bad. Spirulina actually gets rid of the radiation in your body.
Well, I think FutureNet, I forgot about that. It does. It's very high in iron, I think, as well, correct?
It's safe for pregnancy. I took it all through pregnancy and breastfeeding. So you can take it all the time.
I think FutureNet should also add to their, all this goodness that we're doing in the world. You know, we're helping with the Amazon rainforest, also the Steinkeller brothers now. How cool is that? Because we need some good oxygen, in the world. But we could see what we could do with the spirulina algae and tying that into remedying the Fukushima situation and helping people detoxify. That could be a cool FutureNet video. What do you think?
That'd be great. Because that's a huge issue right now that people just kind of stopped talking about.
Yeah, we're on Washington coast right here. So the stuff is flowing all across the ocean, coming and hitting Washington, Oregon, California coastline, it's just disgusting.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of sushi. I want to say shout out to all you guys on here. I'm scrolling down. Okay, thank you so much. I want to say hi to Greg Eddles. I want to say hi to Gary Ward, one of my assistants. Terrence Freeman, thank you for all the support. Mariana Cressup, thank you so much. Christopher Key, love you, brother. David Pelta, thank you for all the good political support lately. It's been fun. And what else we got? This is not a political video, so you guys do not worry about that. I will not go off on a tangent on this. On this one, okay? But watch out. So this is cool. So I want to proposing this. We're talking now about ideas that when I go to the leadership meeting in Dubai here with this board that now that I'm part of over there, I want to say thank you to the CEOs of FutureNet, Giles, and also Stefan Morgenstern and Roman Zemian for bringing me on that. Also Gaska for helping facilitate all this and stuff. Coming to Dubai on the 22nd through the 27th here of this month. But we want to bring in these ideas that we're talking about right now and not force FutureNet to go ahead and implement these ideas right away. But my goal, I want to say my goal going to this thing and what I'm really looking, FutureNet can turn me down right away if they want to on this idea, okay? They can turn me down this idea right away. But my goal, Amanda, is to create a dedicated software company specifically for FutureNet, okay? And we talked about some ideas. if you don't mind, I want to hold your school idea to the end of this one, just because yours is a little bit more complex. I want you to be able to dig into it. Okay, so your time. Okay, so you guys, with this software company, and my proposal to FutureNet is there is actually four apps that I want to bring to FutureNet, and I will tell you the order that I want to bring these to FutureNet. Number one is a contact management system. This is the world's first vibrational frequency contact management system, a CRM system. You guys, on my phone, okay, I'll just show you something here. So I'm just give you a little. You okay on time? We're good? Yeah?
Oh, I didn't even look. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. On my phone, you can see right next to my contacts, there's a contact management system right there. I'm dyslexic. Okay, that right there I've used for the past 10 years. I got 13,000 people on here. So this allows me to import all my contacts in here as soon as it's on your phone. And then what it does is allows me to take notes on these people and stuff like this. So when someone calls me from around the world, I'm like, gosh, I recognize the name, but gosh, what was my notes on this? I can see their future. So on this app, as soon as you install it on, this would be a virtual product that we sell for a one-time fee of $500. This would basically pay out $1.5 million in this force matrix, in this digital product thing, okay? It becomes basically another matrix. Can you give me the compensation plan there for a second, please, Amanda? Okay. So what I'm proposing this to FutureNet is, and some of you guys think about this, is we'll call this the base matrix. 6 matrices. This comes to other digital products that we're going to be selling in the future. There will be a launch date for every single digital product that we're going to be talking about here is what I propose. So people can have their people in order like a week or two, or let's say a month in advance. So we can kind of drum roll this up. So everyone knows that this is going on and can pour into the system and follow their pre-existing downline of this core matrix structure right here of FutureNet. So our $500 product, Amanda and everyone here, this would pay out basically, let's call it $1.5 million, whatever that is, because keep in mind, a $500 matrix here is in addition to the other matrices, so we can't say it's going to be $3 million, right? Okay, let's go ahead and cut that in half, and let's say it's going to be $1.5 million, for example. Okay, $1.5 million payout, not including check matches, also whatever we incorporate that payout on a digital product, on a CRM system, a contact management system. So what happens is once you install this in your phone, it takes all your contacts from your phone, puts it in here, and it also takes all of your contacts in FutureNet. And all these people are not in your downline in FutureNet. They are in, because I've got 23,000. How many friends do you have on FutureNet now?
I have no idea how many I have on mine. I don't keep track.
Well, I encourage everyone to have over 5,000 friends in FutureNet, because then that's one more sales pitch that you can go to people and say, hey, look, Facebook has me limited on, 5,000 friends. But hey, on FutureNet, by the way, I got 23,000 friends. I do right now. So that every day I add people on FutureNet, every single day. I encourage each and one of you to add 200 people a day. That should be something every single day. Ryan, what do I do in FutureNet? As a new person, you add 200 people every single day, and you make it a race to get to within 30 days, because 200 times 30 is how much?
2 by 3, 6.
6,000 people. 6,000 people. That means in the first month of you being on FutureNet, you have passed I like this idea. This is cool, huh?
Yeah. It'd be cool if you could have like a select all and just accept everybody at once.
Right, exactly. So maybe within the CRM system, what it does is, as soon as it implements it in here, it shoots out a blast email through your email system that's hooked up to the CRM system, and it solicits all those people to sign up underneath you in FutureNet if they're not already in FutureNet. Since I've gone automatic to your people on your phone who you haven't had a chance to talk out to. How cool that could be, huh? So with I like this mental note, we'll put that in this.
Or even like a little video clip, like Snapchat.
Yeah, something really cool. Hey, what? Yeah, and maybe it goes through a text blast. I like that also, right? This will be all implemented into the CRM system, text blast system, also incorporated into that. And so this system right here, also, we're calling this the world's first. What separates us from the other CRM systems out there like Salesforce and the one I'm using right now and stuff like this. I use one called from futuresimple.com called Base. I'll put the link down below, guys. You can set it for free just so you can start managing your contacts and getting used to that before FutureNet Vibe CRM system comes out. Okay, I want to explain FutureNet Vibe, the world's first vibrational frequency CRM system. And as we were talking about this, Amanda, earlier on, you and I, okay, this has a slider on it. So every contact that you import in your phone, you have a sliding scale. If they're a 1, lowest frequency of a person in your life to a 5 to the highest frequency. If they're just a new person, you don't know much about them, it'll start everyone off as 3s, for example. And as it imports everyone into that, then you get to determine, you're like, oh, that person, definitely a 1. That person, solid 5, solid 5, solid 5, right? It's kind of like, because the swiping feature, you guys, and here's the deal. I already have this whole entire app already because of my friend Rick Cox. Shout out to Rick Cox. I've already developed this app for FutureNet already. So when I go to Dubai, everyone, we have already put over $100,000 into creating this app. I have seen the app with my own eyes. Out of respect to FutureNet, I'm not releasing it to the general public, but I already have this app created right now. So this is theoretically something that we could release 45 days or 60 days out from this great meeting in Dubai. That'd be kind of cool, huh?
That'd be really cool.
Really powerful, right?
Yeah, it can happen.
And my goal from that is to take the earnings. Let's say I take a small portion of this because I want to be able to fund other projects for more apps to be released. This would lead us into our second app, which we'll talk about in a second. But I got to wrap up on the vibe frequency idea because here's the deal. As I was sharing with you, Amanda, when we're hungry, when we're really hungry, all of us have gone to a restaurant, we're like, we know we're hungry. We get there, we're so dang hungry, we don't even know what to order. We're so just, right? Right? But we order something, you know, and then we feel better. Like, that's cool. Maybe we'll order some more because now we know what we really want. We'll order some more of that, what we really, really want, okay? So on the vibe frequency thing, imagine that your feelings get hurt, for example, and you're like, I'm a solid 5, I'm a solid 5, you're a solid 5, I'm a solid 5. But we get hurt. Now we're feeling like our vibrational frequency goes down to a 3. And we're like, dang, now misery loves company. So a lot of times when we're down, we may talk to people that are 3s in our life because we don't want to contaminate the high vibe of those people that are at 5s, right? So what happens here is, if we have the ability to slide and say, I want on my CRM system, I want to talk to 5s right now. I want a motherly figure. So I want this age group. I want a female because I want a motherly figure. And you think in your head, roughly, you have an idea, just like, you know, that you don't, when you go to the restaurant, you're hungry. I don't want gluten, but I want some good protein. I want organic. You know, you have roughly what you want. Okay. Now it sorts through and brings all that list of those great, you know, motherly figures that are 5s in your life that you can go to and say, hey, look, Debbie, I just need someone to talk to. My feelings are really hurt by this person, and you know that she can give you some advice and help you go to a 4, to a 5 to get up there. Because again, misery loves company. Okay, but now once you're a 5, sometimes I like to reach down and help the little people in life. Those, even though I've been stabbed so many times by some people. Okay. Gosh, and it happens. I'm way too forgiving and stuff. I'm way too trusting. I encourage you all to sort through those ones and filter them when you feel really strong that you can take on that energy and go back to those people and be like, with the goal to bring them to a 3 in your life, back to a neutral place in your life, and let that healing. Because again, we're talking about getting to utopia. This CRM system actually is a tool in combination with the distribution model of the monetized network and the cryptocurrency, the abundance. We're talking about helping other people. Part of the utopian society, we're defining it right now, deals with a mission to bring people and heal people. Yeah. Because we want more people. That's how we get there. So it just feels awesome. I mean, this is so awesome to be talking, you know, with you and stuff like this, and you know, and healing one another. So I encourage you all to help swipe those people to 3s when this CRM system comes out, as you talk to us, say, hey, look, you know, I just want to tell you, we'll role play here for a second. You know, you call them up and you say, hey, I just want to let you know, first of all, Joe, Joe, I want to let you know that first, I forgive you for what happened 5 years ago. And I want to let you know that I release that to the energy, and I put that up to God, and I release that to the universe and stuff. And I want to move forward. And I'm not sure where you are in your life, but I want to help elevate your life. I've come across this new social media network that has brought riches into my life, that has allowed me to go ahead and buy nice cars and take my kids around the world numerous times, and you know, has allowed me to be able to not work and have time with my families. And I don't know where you're at in life right now, but I want to help you get to that right there, because I have a lot of friends that have done this also through this new social media network that actually pays the people, because Facebook makes $25 billion a year and they're not paying the people. Oh, you're on Facebook, how much money is it? Oh, nothing? Well, check this out, Joe. I'm getting paid every 30 minutes in Bitcoin off this. Can I share you some information and stuff like this? Okay, okay. this phone call is set aside, guys. Back to you guys. All right. But you see where I'm going with this? Isn't that cool?
It's amazing.
Any more comments on it? I'm like, wow, right?
Yeah, no, I really like that, because that's the whole goal, is that we're not going to have a future where people are hurting and in pain anymore.
Right.
Everyone's going to be healed, and they're going to be happy, and they're going to be balanced.
And the reason why they're going to be balanced is because because the money is, first of all, is going to be worth something because of cryptocurrency. The money is going to go to 100% true value, not just where it's at, worth only 3 pennies on the dollar. I always say, man, if you double the currency value, the US dollar, to 6 cents, to that, people are half as broke. You double it again to 12 cents, you double it again to 24 cents. We're now at a still under a quarter of the true value of money. But at this point, the McDonald's employee has so much money, they don't even know what to do with it, and they're shopping at Gucci with me. Okay. So you guys, and I just want to say shout out to the United Nations. Honestly, amazing, because United Nations, I tell you what, like, it just is amazing that we have the ability to be part and assist and work with alongside the United Nations at FutureNet to help end world hunger, to help the Amazon, heal the Amazon rainforest, to help provide clean water and internet across all of Africa and developing nations. Facebook is not connected with the United Nations. Facebook has the ability to connect and work with the United Nations, and that's what's taking place. We are uniting as nations. We are uniting as nations, and that must happen for us to heal the world, for us to get to this utopian society. Okay, so we're talking about the CRM system. Now what we do is we take some of that money from this thing here with my little software development company. At this point, it's a really big software development company. Okay, we're going to create the second software company, which, tell me how about this? A FutureNet Airbnb. Okay, you're excited about this one, right?
Yep, I am.
Okay, imagine this, guys. Instead of Airbnb, let's say that you rent a place out for $300 through Airbnb. Airbnb, let's say they take $100 here. Okay, kiss that $100 goodbye. You guys imagine, we all have friends in FutureNet and on Facebook that have Airbnbs. Okay, FutureNet Airbnb, hashtag FutureNet Airbnb. Probably shouldn't do that, maybe get in some situations. Okay, not a problem, only situation. Okay, but imagine that $100, instead of it going over to Airbnb, that $100 out of that $300 goes through your monetized network for life in that core compensation plan at FutureNet. That $100 pays down 10 levels deep every time your friends are renting houses through your matrix. That money is not going to corporate Airbnb, multi-billion-dollar company. The money is coming back into FutureNet and back to the people. Go ahead and comment on that, Amanda, please.
About Airbnb, FutureNet? I think the nice thing about that is if you're connected into the system, part of the FutureNet family, you're going to have even more places to stay, and it's going to be a lot more accessible.
And imagine the comments on there, feedback into the social media network, because like you comment on Airbnb, it's a separate thing. It's separate. Like Airbnb is separate, even though there's a login feature to go into Airbnb through Facebook. But gosh, continue though.
Well, I think also the next level with that is that the Airbnb could even become like hostels. So when you're traveling around the world, the money is going back into it, and you're creating even more and more places that people can visit and stay at that's going to be more reasonable prices. Right. So then if you have families, everybody can travel.
Right, and that's going to get to your school thing, which would be interesting how that ties into the school thing as well here, Cheryl. Your school concept we'll talk about in a few minutes. But you guys think how much money and how big of a trend Airbnb is. And to allow them to accept FuturoCoin only will continue to boost the value of our social media cryptocurrency. That's huge. Airbnb doesn't take Bitcoin. Airbnb doesn't have its own currency. FutureNet does. So I always say, get in life. If not this, then what? If not Airbnb, then what? FutureNet Airbnb. Sweet?
Yeah, totally.
Radical, right? And you guys, and you'll be able to vent. You'll be able to look at the people that are staying at your place and see how many friends that you have in common. So you know that people are not going to take advantage of your place or you know play just damage your place at all. You know, you'll be able to see very clearly with this transparency right there. Okay.
That just brought something to my mind. The nice thing about that is also all the staff. that's working to clean up the home after people leave,
right.
they're not going to be stressed out.
Oh, check this out.
Yeah.
How about the house cleaners within FutureNet and also within FutureNet? So instead of paying ridiculous amounts for house cleaning, having to find a house cleaner to clean your Airbnb thing, the money from the cleaning actually goes through the compensation plan as well. Whoa. You guys see the scalability on a global scale, how big this is, how amazing this is. I'm stoked about this one. Like, I want to knock this one. I could have this thing honestly up and running. If FutureNet gave me about let's say 100, I could have the app developed. I'm $150,000 is my proposition to FutureNet, to the board right now. $150,000. I will have this app completely done after we have the CRM system, because we want to be able to tie that all into the CRM system. This is why we have these apps in this order right here. Okay. The next one that we'll talk about is, what do you think should go next? Should go to Bumble?
Yep.
Okay. Next one we're going to talk about is FutureNet Bumble. Okay. The Bumble app. I love the structure that women get the power here, and they get to select the guys that they want to, I mean, that's how it should be, because it's kind of been, I'm all for women's equal rights, right? So whatever, I don't know. Women are cool. Give them the power to decide. Okay, but Matt, back to the app here. The app here, Bumble makes, who knows what Bumble's worth. There's someone who Google Bumble and type it in down below, the value of Bumble. Google it, the value of Bumble. I guarantee it's in the hundreds. It's probably a $100 million company, I'm willing to bet right now. Let's just go ahead and say it's a $20 million company. Who cares? But through a monetized system, that money will ramp Bumble up, because they got a lot of competitors out there, right? They got the Tinders. What else? Plenty of fishies. What are they like?
I don't know them.
Oh, yeah, you're married, so I don't even know. I'm dating really. So, anyways, in this app right here, the point is that there's money generated by by the dating apps. That money going again back to the compensation plan at FutureNet. We made a joke about "get paid to get laid" hashtag.
Yeah, I think that's funny.
Okay, I know a little strong right there, but it'd be kind of fun sales pitch, bringing these deeper, fun adult relationship things into FutureNet. And hey, then you could get your date and go get a place at FutureNet Airbnb, and
exactly.
right? We're totally adding to the ecosystem right here. So also the idea is, Amanda, that I have is we have a privacy thing within FutureNet, so you can't immediately see who the people are on FutureNet. So you'd have like this, and you could drop this veil down at any time. Like if you go on a crappy date, you're like, I want him, we keep that veil up. If you decide to be friends, once you drop it, you drop it. You can always block people on Facebook or FutureNet anyway. Yep. So you got that security precaution for Klingons.
Become a vibe on your vibe.
Yeah, smooth those vibes, vibe them up there, swipe them just like you'd swipe. Of course, we'd have swiping on our app too. And then let me see. And also, we're talking about when we have those dates and people go to these restaurants. Like you could actually potentially have it on the dating app. You could see where people are going on these dates. If someone wanted to say, "I'm going on a date with this person," and they put it out there, and we're going next week, and people could go through the calendar and see who's dating who at this time. If someone chose to maybe kind of fun and be like, hey, we're friends, whatever. It could be just a friend date, whatever, and let people give them something to talk about, right? Or whatever, just for fun, But then people could say, oh, they're going on a date here at this time. People may want to go have the opportunity to donate Futura coin to that date at that location. And the people could also monetize the restaurants into accepting Futura coin. I apologize, guys. It looks like we have a little bit of a lag here, slightly. So I think we're okay. But that's that. Amanda, the last thing is I'll let you kind of talk about the group. You want to say anything else about the Bumble app at all? Or
I think it's a great way to, like, if you see a couple and you're just like, wow, they're really good together, you can just help create that romance for them.
Yeah, and show that you approve of it and contribute. Even if it's like, hey, I'm going to buy you a drink or whatever, how cool that is to get the support, especially when everyone's balling out of control anyways because they're renting their joints through and not paying the money to Airbnb, and they got, every time they basically got 10 free drinks a day when they rent out their Airbnb because in money, because they're saving $100 instead of getting to Airbnb. Well, that's 10 drinks that you could go give to your friends through the dating app, for example, okay? So that's really, really cool. Then we talked about a Groupon potentially app also. You want to kind of elaborate on this, even though we don't really talk so much about it, but Groupon makes a lot of money. I mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
Groupon takes 50% of what these companies are marketing on. Just imagine if that 50% went through the force matrix and was promoting companies that were monetized within the FutureNet ecosystem.
Going through the Groupon.
Going
so
through the Groupon.
Each company then would be a FutureNet company.
Yes, and these companies could then monetize other companies to come on into FutureNet to push their Groupon deals. Also, I mean, now they're just balling out of control. These companies are balling out of control. Futuro Coin is also accepted. We're getting these companies involved in cryptocurrency very easily through Futuro Network as well. That's happening. Wow.
To me, that sounds like getting paid to go to the spa.
Well, definitely. I mean, I go to the spa 5 days a week when I'm in town. I have a, we should be able to, in a utopian society, take straight. We're all gonna be kicking it at the spa, sipping on our fresh pressed juice, detoxifying, curing Fukushima at the same time, being on FutureNet in the spa before our cell phones get too hot. We have to be on the lower shelves of the sauna. Because I know that
at that point, technology is going to be able to survive and handle all of those types of things too.
Right,
technology is just going shoom.
Right. So there won't be a heat thing on that. I hope you guys can see me, us right here and stuff. And you guys, I'm reading the comments. Let's see. Shout out to Jason Matthias, one of my favorite new artists. There's Casey Herman's on this right now.
Hey, Casey.
Hello, Casey. We miss you. Thank you for taking care of the kids. So this meeting could come together today. Shout out to Sharon LaJoy, Mikey Richmond, Manny Hernandez. Thank you for all your support. Good to see you. I hope that you decide to take more action with us and stuff. You guys, we're only getting this party started. But my goal with this software development team is relieve the pressure off of FutureNet and let us work without taking up FutureNet's time and have a special ops division right here. We're looking at what company is that right there, right out my window?
That's Microsoft.
Microsoft. So why shouldn't that special ops development company? I'm going to be moving out of this condo. I would pay for this unit right here. It's 2,000 square feet for this to be our software company right here also. So, we talked about FutureNet Music is another music idea also. I know FutureNet's doing some great things in music. But I want to turn this over to you because you homeschool now. We've discussed these apps. You guys, please comment below for sure. And go ahead and talk about your big vision, homeschooling your children and stuff.
Yeah, so let me pull this over real quick. So first I'm going to talk about some of the problems that we have in society, because I think that's something that needs to be addressed, is that, the public school system is failing us. People are being undereducated.
No.
Oh, everyone's being undereducated. You're kind of being... you're completely being taught how to be a slave and how to be a factory
and you're
worker.
being overbilled at the same time. I mean, look at the price. College debt is one of the biggest debts in the entire world, and you can't wash that away right now. So
yeah, no, you can't.
Trump's going to take care of that. I'm positive. Trump, are you going to take care of that?
Yes.
Yes. We're going to eliminate that because we're going to implement FutureNet schools to the world. FutureNet schools. Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, and on top of that, you have all these riots and things going on by the teachers. All the faculty is being underpaid, and that includes the janitor and the lunch ladies, everybody.
Right.
Yep. So
that's so true. My mom was a school teacher, and I remember growing up as kids, my dad would get so sick of it. She was always complaining. This is back in 1980s, and stuff. She would complain about not making enough money, and especially after a little bit of wine and stuff like that. But she loved what she did. She was very passionate about. That's why teachers get involved in the school system, is because they want to have an impact. And they're like, oh, well, you have a few months off during the summertime. Well, guess what? Wouldn't it be nice teachers to actually have some money to enjoy those months off right there?
Right.
Straight. Right. Okay. So go ahead.
So the idea is that we would create a FutureNet school. So it'd be Future Schools Incorporated. It would be presented to the United Nations. Hey, United Nations.
Shout out United Nations. We were there this week. We presented the world's first, we very excited to announce that we, not to interrupt you, but we've just been at the United Nations the past few weeks, and we went ahead and brought the first currency ever, Alitheia project, to the United Nations. And that was me and my team did, and that's just absolutely amazing. And U.S. history, we brought the first cryptocurrency to the United Nations. So I'm so passionate about the United Nations, and that's why with this project that you're talking about, how it can empower the United Nations and give us the opportunity to tie the United Nations to the united of the people of the world. Go ahead.
Yeah, because that's a huge thing in the future is we don't want to be separated out. You know, we're all humans. We're all on the same planet. Even if you're not human, you're all on the same planet working together. And we want something where we can all come together, have that beautiful
utopia.
Yeah, I think it's the word utopia. So the idea is you have a United Nations homeschooling system. Right now in the United States alone, there's about 1.5 million homeschooling families. And that's only in America or the United States. The coolest part is you then can have this online schooling system done by the United Nations where they have gone around the whole globe and figured out, handpicked the best programs. And if you want to have a faculty, you can have a faculty, but the best programs for the students to be learning from. And then they can travel the world. They can do anything they want. Their families teaching them. Other families are teaching them.
Use the FutureNet Airbnb and see at those locations and tie them out right there.
Yeah, you can totally do that. So you would have, thank you. Oh, I love kombucha. Yeah, I have a really good friend that makes really good kombucha homemade.
Good stuff.
It is. So you would have 3 different sets of schooling. You would have, I wish I had a whiteboard or something. You have K through 12.
Well, go ahead and just show the piece of paper that you drew, okay? Go ahead.
Yeah, so here, let me fold this part because I don't want to confuse people. Let's see if I can do this. Hello. So you'd have the Future School Incorporated. You'd have the United Nations homeschooling, and they'd have their own setup system. They would become royals underneath this, and inside this worldwide schooling system, you would have K through 12, you would have college and extended education. And the K through 12, the wonderful thing about homeschooling—
Those are all royal positions that these incorporations have.
Yeah, so each one is going to be a royal position, so they're making their own money, the schools themselves. So you have K through 12, you have a child who's really ambitious, and they're being homeschooled by anyone in the world that is connected to this, really. That child can graduate high school at any age if they pass everything. So you could have someone graduating high school at 10 years old. Like, that would be amazing, right? And then you have underneath, you have students who would be in the royal position. You have programs. So for programs, I had mentioned that before, you'd hand select different programs. When you are doing homeschooling in your state, you have to have state standards. Go ahead. So you have to have state standards, which really makes it hard because you're like, all right, they're learning these things, but is that really the kind of stuff they need to be learning? Probably not. So the cool thing with this is you'd have people worldwide who would find really amazing programs that these families can purchase on the FutureNet website online, their store, and they can also get their tools there. So then you have a very good standardized— What was that? Yep, do the compensation plan. So the cool part is your students are being paid to be a part of this. The programs are there, and all these people are being connected. They're being paid. And then you have the faculty. So if you have people who are like, you know what, I'm a scientist, and I want to take my knowledge, and if there's a child who is really into quantum physics, and they're 12 years old and they need someone to understand it more, well, guess what? You have a faculty member who's a scientist, who is a quantum physicist, who can now communicate with these kids. Well, young adults, I guess. They would probably prefer to be called that. And then after they are done with their K through 12, they can go to the college, Inc. And at that point, they again go in as a royal position, and the students are making money. So when they're done with their college, they're no longer in debt, that they are millionaires. And they then have money to go out and create these things. If they're scientists, they can buy the tools to be able to have a lab and to create these really amazing things. And then you have extended education. So let's say you have someone who wants to be a doctor. Well, now they can go out and become a doctor, become a royal position here, when they graduate, they'll have millions of dollars, no debt, and they can open up their own practice.
Right. It's awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you have the whole world. You could be going to Spain with your family and meeting other families in the FutureNet and completely learning from the world instead of your own biased city that you're in.
Well, that's why I took my kids to some countries this year. You know, hands-on and experiences or memories are priceless and stuff, and it's very important. So, again, what I like about this, Amanda, is that the education could be sold through FutureNet, through the compensation plan in this. And so I think this is a brilliant idea. And let's just talk about the Nobel Peace Prize right now, because you guys see me, I'm actually talking about the Nobel Peace Prize a lot lately. I'm doing a lot of hashtags on that, and really it's ideas such as this, honestly, that are so big that they truly, especially talking about the youth and what you're talking about, is this is such a huge concept that this is this is Nobel Peace Prize, everything that we've talked about, a monetized system for the people. My proposition is for the Nobel Peace Prize, and I want you, I'm putting this out there because I'm going for the Nobel Peace Prize right now. I'm serious.
Good.
For the people of FutureNet. I'm going to the Nobel Peace Prize, bring Okay, sorry about the connection, guys. We're going to wrap this up in a minute, so just a heads up, we're going to be very focused and closing here real quick, okay? You guys, the Nobel Peace Prize has been handed out to people in the past for an individual's good deeds. But the thing about it is, it took an army of people to get that person to that point, to have that product, or to be able to do what they did in life. It just wasn't one person, okay? It wasn't just one person. I'm truly proposing that the Nobel Peace Prize is given to the people of the world every single year in a monetized structure, as we bring those people that, let's say it's free energy, or if it's good gracious, if it's time travel, or if it's whatever, how, you know, the cure for a disease, those people that partook in that monetized system, bring those great inventions to the world right there. Those are the people that get the Nobel Peace Prize. And it could be millions, it could be billions of people, but this would be a day of celebration, not just a holiday where you go eat some candy from a fake rabbit or something like that, or a distorted holiday. We're talking about a day for us all to give each other, you know, a pat on the back and say, nice job for helping with this. You know, teamed up with the United Nations. And this is also to put the United Nations on point to help facilitate this. I'm so passionate about, Amanda, to time travel, hashtag time travel, because that was, I know that was way off. Okay, I just want to go in space and, you know, have FutureNet rockets and crazy cool stuff. But you guys,
let's do it.
You know, so the Nobel Peace Prize needs to be given to the people. Let me get some music back on here. It really needs to be given to the people of the world. So that's a proposition. And you guys, it looks like I'm actually going to, right now, this year, actually be helping and sponsoring the Nobel Peace Prize. We've already sponsored the C3 Summit with the United Nations. You've seen this last week, and I've been to New York twice. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I've made FutureNet the head sponsor of Anarchapulco, the biggest anarchist conference in Mexico, with Ron Paul, who will be publicly speaking at that, who actually just joined FutureNet. Presidential shout out to ronpaul.futurenet.club. You guys, he has officially joined us. You can see that on my YouTube channel, and also you'll see that David Icke will be there, and also Judge Nala Patino, and I will also be public speaking there, since I've paid a nice chunk of change to make FutureNet the official social media network of this 3,000 person amazing. You got to check this out. It's February. I am so passionate about, you know, what we give, Amanda, in this life comes back to us tenfold. You know, and I really notice, like in New York, in my travels to New York, this is the way people do business. Is they do great things. Say, oh, hey, here's $20,000. They sit back. They don't expect someone to do something, and they sit back and watch what this person's going to be doing. That's the way we do business at these higher levels. When I went ahead and donated $15,000 to Water the World, and now just here I am giving 33,000 people water. What a deal! That's all I gave was $15,000, and that inspires me to want to go ahead and have 100,000 people drinking water right now.
Yeah.
Gosh. And so I will go, I'm going to do more. I may just do it today. I don't know. But like, because we flip the system out, the more we give, the more that comes back to us. And this is part of the process getting us to that utopian society. You have to open up your hearts. You have to open up your Bitcoin wallets and say, I want to help this charity out. And because those charities are going to understand that where the wealth came from through FutureNet Foundation to help so many people out there. I want to close this up, Amanda. Can you just give something powerful, let me see, just something really cool to the people and give them some inspiration to move forward with their FutureNet businesses with these ideas that we shared with them today?
Well, I think it would have to be part of my vision of what I see for, honestly, I personally.
Cheers to your vision.
Yeah, cheers to my vision.
To our vision, to FutureNet vision, to FutureNet Foundation vision. Cheers.
Yeah, no, I totally see FutureNet being this tool, and that's what it is. It's a tool.
Monetized system.
It is a huge tool that is going to just, and it already is doing it. It's exploding, and it is not riding a wave.
4 million people now. Shout out.
Right. It's not riding a wave. It is creating a wave. It's people who are coming together saying, you know what, I want to create my new world. I want to make this happen. And by being a part of this, you are making that happen. You just have to keep pushing and keep having those ideas and keep a journal with you. And it's like, oh, I got this brilliant idea. Write it down.
And bring them to my attention, please, your ideas as being part of this board and going over there and listening to what FutureNet's doing and helping implement these ideas. So I encourage you to please message me those ideas and stuff like that. Like I'll be bringing your concept and stuff. And maybe you're out before your school system happens. But I think with, these software team that I'm proposing that I go ahead and lead with these projects, we will have the money, the capital. We identify the weakest link. Is it manpower? Is it money? Whatever the situation is. But there is no lack of abundance out there. We have the people. We have the people that are inspired to make these things happen right now. We have the money to go ahead and make this happen. So the awesome thing is there is no weakest link. How about that?
Right.
Okay. How cool is that? There is no weakest link on this path to utopia. Okay. Do not be the weakest link. You cannot be the weakest link if you contribute to what we are doing right now through this monetized system.
Not exciting.
Let's sign off. That was phenomenal, Amanda. So glad you made it today here for all this. And you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. But we felt this video was very importante to put together real quick before I roll out to Dubai. So, all right, guys, have a good one. Peace out. Peace out. We love you.
Peace.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.